So dímelo, bro. How you feeling? How you been?
What's good, man? What's good? I'm blessed, man. Happy to be alive. Happy to be alive. A lot to look forward to. Happy. Ready.
So what's a day to day right now looking for TokyoDro? What do you
My
do when you're not working? When you're working? When you're off? What does TokyoDro do?
I wake up, go to work. I train my people. I'm a trainer. You know that. You're the one who got me in it. Train my people. Get out of work. Go to school. Not go to school. I go to the library. Go back to the gym.
Oh, you work out?
Yes, work out a little bit.
How does that happen? Every day? Every other day? What's TokyoDro's regimen right
I try to stay as active about like 4 times a week.
4 times
minimum. At least four workouts a week.
Nice.
Get some strength training, get some cardio in, work the hard, get some strength training in.
And then how do you make time for your music? You go to the studio every day, every other day when you can?
I mean, lately I've been trying to work with as many people as possible. I've been hitting up people, and I've been working with some awesome people lately. Some really talented artists, so I'm blessed to have that. I record at least once a week. For yourself? At the Sound Lab, me and my boy Twitch, yeah, we're there.
But you're also at other people's studios too, right?
Yeah. When they invite me over, we do some writing, we work on songs together.
Nice.
For writing sessions and stuff, we've been working with a bunch of people.
So talk to me about your writing, because I know obviously I grew up with you, so as a young age I saw you writing always, and I used to make fun of it because you used to do poems at a young age.
That's funny.
When you went through being a comedian, you kept writing, you took it to another level with the writing.
Yeah.
And then now that you're making music, it's almost on the daily. So talk to me about, you as a writer in general, not just about music, just like everything.
No, for sure. I feel like, originally I started doing comedy, right? But even in comedy, there's a certain rhythm to telling a joke, to hitting an intro and then, luring the audience and then hitting the punchline. So I feel like a lot of the things that I learned doing comedy, I took into writing like lyrics and stuff like that. One of the biggest things was writing visually. Like if you can paint a picture in someone's, head as you're writing lyrics, the better they'll be able to imagine it and like put themselves into that world. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say, I was wearing the red hat. It was, you know what I mean?
Describe the details.
The details.
Setting.
Yeah. The magic is in the details. I want to shout out my boy Kenny because he's the one who gave me the Comedy Writers 101 book. That was like my Bible every single day in California. So big shout out to Kenny.
Kenny be throwing game randomly.
Kenny's a wise one, bro. Kenny's a wise one. Shout out to my dog Kenny.
Yeah, it's goofy.
100%.
You be throwing game here and there. It's funny.
Yeah.
So you say you're doing writing sessions now. Now is that you writing like your own music with other writers, or you're helping other artists with their lyrics? How does that go about when you're writing sessions?
No, when you get together to write with someone, everyone's writing. Okay. Everyone's just pitching in to come up with something collectively. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'll come up with something, a little melody. The person I'm working with might come up with a little razzmatazz. So, and it's like a collective thing you work on and you build, and that's what's satisfying too. Making something like before I started working with people, it was just me, just writing. But to take advice from someone else and they help you see your blind spots or see something that you didn't see before, that's kind of neat. And that's why I'm really like trying to work with as many people as possible.
So how does that work? Do you guys just spit out the ideas, or do you guys kind of do it in the booth, see if it sounds good, or how does?
Yeah. Everyone has their different like styles and flavors and stuff. I know some people that go in. No pen, no paper, off the top, bam, 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 a la Jay-Z, right? Some people, me, I like to write personally. I'll have my stuff written out before I go into record, and then I'll do that. Others people do a mixture of both. Everyone has their own style, and I think it's finding your style, finding where you feel the most comfortable, finding where you feel vulnerable, so you can be in a vulnerable state and put out something that's like authentic and like genuine and real. I feel like that's what people are going to resonate with, Yeah. But to get to that state, but it's definitely a journey along with everything. You know what I'm saying? You have different seasons here and there, right?
So seasons of what? Like how you're feeling through your writing? Like
progression. Like
like
your progression in the writing, as you're writing or growing as an artist.
Dope. So you're writing you're working with other artists. You're making your own music. You're helping other people make music.
Yeah.
Now, 2 years ago, if someone would have told you that this is what you're doing now, would you believe them? That people would be hitting you up, yo, come to the studio, I need help on a track. Like, would you ever think that was something that was gonna happen?
Yeah. 2 years ago in 2020. No, man. I mean, by 2020, I had dropped some bangers. I dropped Cartagena. I dropped Hot Broward Summer. Those were two bangers.
That's when you first got on Spotify.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think I try to stay as close to how I started as much as possible, bro. I was that kid in my room, bro. You know, recording in my closet, bro. Putting a sock over the mic. Hey, yo, rah, rah, you know what I mean? Turning down the air conditioner, telling my mom and my sisters to be quiet because I'm recording upstairs. That's where I'm at, dude. You know, like, I try to get there. I have moments where I'm like, yeah, I'm the shit. I did something, but I try to not live there too. I try not to stay there too long, you know? I'm always that kid just having fun. I try to be that, you know? I'm having fun with this. That's the biggest thing. You know, have fun with it and just create, make something... something real, you know?
Awesome. So now you're TokyoDro. You just performed at the Easton.
Big shout out to the Easton. Shout out to Easton for letting me and Miss Galactica come out there and do our thing and represent and showcase our music. Big shout out to them because they're element in that. And we got mad love for the Easton for sure.
Yeah, bro. Like 100%. I said,
that was magic.
I reached out to a lot of venues.
That was magic.
A lot of venues. They responded. They gave me the They gave me the opportunity to talk to them because a lot of people don't even give you that. Like, they don't even give you the 10 minutes to sit down. They gave me the time. I hit them with the, you know, what's up? This is what we want to do. I think it would be a great idea for both of us. And they've been very supportive. So
shout out to Easton. No, but that night was magical, bro. It was a moment in time.
It was crazy.
It was a moment in time. Oh man! Again, like I that entire day, I was beginning to get a little anxious, but then I started reminding myself of a quote that this one of the greatest jiu-jitsu teachers, like, he had a quote. His name is John Danaher, but the whole day, I just kept on thinking. The quote was I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, you know, when the bright lights are on, you know, it's about making it regularity. Like don't fall into the illusion of the moment. It's just another day. You do this every day. So I was trying to normalize the situation. Like, this is what I do. Like, this isn't out of, you know. So I was trying to stay kind of calm and relaxed. And this is just another day. This is what we do. We go in, we perform, we entertain, we make good music, and it's just another day. And that's what I was kind of putting and I feel like that's what kind of helped me to put on the show that I did that night. Everyone came out. Everyone was looking good. Everyone was having a great time. Just to see the support of the people, it's unbelievable. You dream about these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought in a million years I would have people wanting to come out to see. It's amazing. It's a blessing, dude.
People paying to see you. That's a big thing. Whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20.
So I owe them that show. They took the time out to get ready, plan, drive to my event, get ready, spend money on entry. Like, I gotta put on a performance. This is one of the reasons why I was kind of like nervous and like anxious leading up to the event. I almost felt like a fighter before a fight, man.
I saw you in the back, and I'm like, yo, this guy's like, like Anderson Silva and his five out here about to walk on stage.
Because I feel like I owe them, man. I owe them. They paid money to see me. Like, I need to put on, you know. And hopefully I did that. I really gave it my all. And I'm glad people, you know, had a good time. They were telling me, but it's a blessing, man. It's crazy.
So you said I'm living nervous, and talk to me about that. Like, when does it end? Is it when you first touch the mic, when you sing your first song? When does that anxious feeling leave you when you're getting on stage?
I'd say the whole experience is like parachuting. Oh, like about skydiving.
Damn.
I'd say
is that any moment something can fuck up?
I'd say the experience is like skydiving.
Damn.
You know, the whole build up, the lead up to it. You're driving up to the airport, you get strapped up in the suit, you meet the guy that's gonna help you fly up, you get on the airplane, he starts on that engine, the plane is old, raggedy.
It's kind of sketchy.
The first people come out and you're like, that's not supposed to happen. All your life you're thinking, oh my God, planes have been shut on the plane the entire time I've been alive. And now they're like open, you're like, that is not supposed to happen. And you go, then it's your turn, you jump off the plane and then it's bliss, you know? Nice. You're doing it, there's no turning back, and it's like, you're doing it. You're in the moment. You're in that flow state. Time doesn't exist, you know? But
that was a great event, dope event. I was glad to see everybody just have a good time. And the fact that everybody still stayed after you performed and kept vibing and just chilling, dancing. That was a cool part.
That's what it's all about, man. Good energy, love, you know, love for music, you know, support of each other. You know, everyone deserves to to
Have that moment.
have that moment,
Yeah.
showcase that talent. If anything, like, I don't know.
I would say if you have a talent, like it's a duty for you to show people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's your duty in this
Yeah.
earth to demonstrate that talent to other people. And if you don't, you're being selfish. Like you're being like
you inspire people with what you do. I get inspired every day by
Yeah.
amazing people, by my friends that are killing it right now, by artists, or other people that are just doing amazing things and really putting in work. That's what I hope to be. I strive to be and stuff like that. So it's beautiful, man.
And of course, in the concert, you played 10 tracks.
Yeah.
And
10 songs, yeah, 10 tracks.
songs. So talk about you picking a track list. Like what do you pick? Like the ones that people like the most, the ones that you like the most, mixture of both. How do you go about picking a set list?
So when I go about picking like a set list, I don't know. I want it to be like a play. It has its beginning, its rising conflict, its resolution, its climax. I want it to be like that. Same thing when I write music. I want it to be like a play, like you're hearing a story. So I don't know. I wanted to start off, with high energy. So I started with one of the ones that I just released. I put in some old songs from my SoundCloud days. I have people don't know. I have 32 songs in my SoundCloud.
SoundCloud is heat, right?
Yeah. I got some old ones there. I started with one, and then I started getting into my main catalog that's on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that. I transitioned to my Spanish stuff smoothly with Cartagena, and then I went into the reggaeton, and then I finished off with one that isn't released yet, but it's gonna be, I think, next year, next February. I don't want to say too much, but I'm dropping something next February. I'll probably drop something in between then, before then, but something, yeah, we got something cool coming out in February.
So what are you talking about? Opinion?
No.
I'm talking about, bro.
We'll see. Yeah. Always, we stacked. We have a bunch stacked. But yeah,
So you dropped what? 5 songs this year so far? 6?
About 6.
More.
No, about like 5 songs. 5 songs this year.
You dropped more. You dropped
More or less.
Mi Cuarto, Baby, the EP, 6.
Yeah. I try to be as active as I can. I want to stay active because that's how you stay in the loop. But yeah, I don't think you gotta be in people's face, and you gotta be promoting yourself, and
Stay on. You gotta give the people a demand, bro. People
Exactly.
want music.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the Verano EP. You dropped that, it was 3 songs. Talk about that process, the reaction from the people, and your favorite song from the EP.
The reactions were good, man. I feel like there are some that I don't think people have heard. I think primarily most of the song people liked was like Ipanema, which was a fire track. The reception was really good, man. I want to do more promotion for that project too. Yeah. For the other songs like Maticito and Oriente, but
Oriente definitely deserves a good push.
Absolutely, yeah.
The song is a banger.
Yeah, but I think the more songs I put out, people will go back to my catalog and they'll see it. So that's what the importance of staying active, keep dropping music and stuff. I feel like a lot of artists think that they're gonna get popping off of one song. Yeah. Like that can happen, man. It's entirely possible, but not really. In this day and age, you need to be in people's faces constantly. Like
even if you get a hit, you still need another one after.
Follow it up, exactly.
You can't just have one hit.
Yeah.
So you dropped the EP, and then recently you just dropped Deseo, right?
Yeah, I just dropped a new song lately. It's called Deseo.
Nice.
Again, it's another reggaeton feel. I have so much reggaeton. I've been having so much fun making reggaeton. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do it. I mean, I started writing like Spanish lyrics about 3 years ago, but I never thought that the songs were good. So I have a lot piled up. I have a lot saved up.
You got your reps in, and now
getting my reps. I feel like I'm getting to a place where I'm confident. I mean, I have a lot of people I can go to ask them for advice. And that's also good too, man. Being able to go to people for advice and being able to take criticism. I feel like a lot of people are in their head, even me included, man. Sometimes I let my ego get in the way of things, but having people that you rely on to go and show them content and not being able to take things personally when they give you criticism, that's important. I feel like I have a lot of people like that, and I feel like that's what's helped me a lot in my music. Because I asked them to be honest, and they returned that favor, so I feel like I'm grateful for them too.
Yeah, that's key. That's major key. And you've been doing a lot of collaborations with different artists recently, right?
Yeah.
And what's that process like? Is it you enjoy it? Is it a little frustrating sometimes because there's still different personalities you got to work with. How do you find collaborating? Because it's something that you just kind of recently started doing, right?
Yeah. I don't mind it. I feel like again that'll feed into my growth.
Yeah.
Being able to work under different circumstances, like, and that's good. It keeps my creative juices flowing, and again, I get to like hear other people's tendencies, and I get to hear like their way of
different approaches.
Exactly, different approaches to for music, and I really enjoy it.
I think it's something to that. Not only is it good because the music is really good when you collaborate, but it's almost like, and you hear about it too, like in hip hop, like it's like you're kind of going at it a little bit, like secretly, no one's really talking about it, but that's a healthy competition, and I feel like it's kind of like when you put like a lot of alpha dudes together or dudes that are doing things, like you kind of start sharpening your skills because you're around other artists at a high level. So it's like okay, now you're going head to head, not really head to head, but you're improving your skills because now you got to raise, the way you hit a track, maybe a little harder because he's gonna be on it. His stuff is hard, so you better come in with the heat, right?
Iron sharpens iron.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron for sure. And there's so many amazing artists, man. Like. That are not even that well known. It's incredible, bro. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I hope. That's what I want to do with this thing, And it's not only just about me. I'm fortunate enough and we're fortunate enough to know a bunch of really poppin' artists and to put them under one roof and perform. I think I feel like when one grows, everyone else, gets bigger. So I think through doing things together, we'll be able to kind of grow this thing. And I feel like one of the goals that we, have in mind with that.
That's the key. Like, I was telling this to one of the other artists. Like, we don't have money. We're not backed by a label. We don't have no damn investor. All we have is the hustle. We got our creative minds coming up with different ideas and collaboration.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of funding, if you don't have people backing you, then you need to have those three things at a very high level. Because with more people, that's the only way you're going to be able to grow to a point where you can be an artist and make a living. Like, you guys are making music. You guys put in a lot of work, a lot of time. You guys spend a lot of money to make a song. Just to get a song recorded, mixed and mastered. Let's say you do a video. Let's say you want to do a legit video. It's going to cost you about $2,000 to $3,000, everything combined. And that's doing things very minimalistic.
Yeah.
So like each song that you guys do is a huge investment, and for an artist to be able to make a living with their music, I think it should be like they should be getting paid. But artists have to go different ways about doing that, and they have to do certain things maybe they're not comfortable with to get to that point. So that's the whole idea with this, is to help people work together so you guys can grow together musically and of course make some money. You gotta feed the family. You gotta feed your mom. You gotta buy your mom the house. We're 25. Some of us have kids. Some of us don't have kids. You got people to feed, right? And there's nothing better than making money doing something that you love. Nothing's gonna make a person happier. So I think about that as a personal, like my personal life. So I can only imagine for an artist, like if you could really make money off your music, how happy would you be?
I'd be happy,
Dude, think about it. You're already doing it. It doesn't feel forceful. You hop in the studio, you write, you record some cool shit, you make people dance and get paid for it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to get there, though.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work to get there, and just keep evolving. Staying on your toes, never staying, in one spot, learning. And we'll see.
Humble is big too, You gotta be humble to work with other people. You gotta be humble to take criticism from other people. And that's something that's hard to do. And I feel like a lot of artists, that's where they fall short. They have a lot of talent, they have a lot of, good music, but their inability to work with other people is their biggest downfall. Because you can't do this shit alone, especially nowadays. You got, back $1 million, they're gonna put you on, all right, do that.
That's true.
So yeah, that's the idea with
And
this event is. One really is because I like your music and I want to see it live. Like at the bottom of all this, like if no one makes money, I get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get to see you guys play the songs that I listen to in my car live. That's really where this all started. Last event, it was about seeing you perform. I hear your music all day, every day. I'm like, oh, this guy, I want to see him perform. So that was at the bottom of all this. It's the love for music for me. So.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what your music and this whole group can mean to you and maybe a movement here in South Florida.
I think again, like there's so many like talented artists that they don't really have the right exposure, and that's what we're trying to do here. You know, by collectively coming together with dudes from Brazil. We got a great act from Brazil, from Puerto Rico, Colombia, bro. A lot of these talented people coming under one roof and having their people come out and see the different acts. This is an amazing opportunity for everyone involved to get the exposure that they deserve. And I feel like we want to put on good talent. We want to showcase that. And I feel like that's what we got from dudes from Puerto Rico, Brazil, and Colombia. Like, it's going to be exciting to see everyone come out and be a little surprised at what we got and bring to the table. And hopefully we can grow this into something bigger, to have more people come on and ultimately give people that wouldn't otherwise have that
ownership of the music. I think that's important, having that locally. Like, so yeah, bro. Like, he's from Broward. I'm from Broward. He's from Deerfield, bro. I'm from Deerfield. That shit is hard. Like, I think that's why, like, when we live here, but we're Colombian. But when a Colombian artist is popping, you're like, fuck yeah, like, he's Colombian, bro. I'm Colombian. Like, that's my music almost.
Yeah.
So part of what I want is people to have ownership of music in Broward, in Miami. But for right now, it's Broward because, dude, that's where we're from. A lot of these artists, even bigger artists, they're not from Miami, but they be claiming Miami just to look cool. Like, they live here all their life. Maybe they go to Colombia, or maybe they go to like Argentina here and there, but a lot of them live here. They're making music from the culture down here.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times they don't give it the credit.
Yeah. You know,
so we got to give Broward the credit. There's a lot of heat down here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great artists.
There's a lot of great talent here in Broward.
Dancers, videographers, business people. Like, so that's one of the biggest things with all this, and of course showcasing all the talent. You, Ocho, Yasin, Abdi Flo, Hejota. Dude, the Brazilians out there are coming in hot, man. I'm telling you.
I'm excited, man.
So
I'm excited
to
see everybody out there.
Be a vibe.
Yeah, I know 100%.
And Tokyo, for the new artists that are thinking about getting into music or just got into music, what would you recommend for them?
Do it. Put the music out. It's cool to make the music, put it out. You never know what people are going to resonate with. You know, Russ said something something that really like stayed with me. And he said, your biggest song is probably in your laptop and you probably never want to put it out. You never know what people are going to resonate with. Like this last song, Deseo, I only dropped that because a friend of mine was like, dude, you have to drop that song. It's fire, bro. People are gonna. And I was like, all right. I was kind of on the fence about it. I dropped it. It has 30,000 views in 3 weeks. Like, my biggest release ever on YouTube.
That's crazy. But that's amazing. Like I was telling you, YouTube is the #1 streaming platform, more than Spotify, more than Apple Music. A lot of people don't pay for that stuff. Everybody uses YouTube.
Yeah.
So Isabel uses YouTube. Like, and I'd be looking at people at the gym to see where they listen to music, and a lot of them, I always see them on YouTube.
Got you, man.
So yeah, you gotta put it out. I think.
Put out.
For new artists, it's important to understand that you gotta do the stuff that you don't want to do. So if doing a video it feels uncomfortable, and then you don't want to do it, then that's what you gotta do. If performing on stage is something you don't like to do, then you gotta do it. Because if you want to call yourself an artist, you want to call yourself a rapper and a singer, you have to be willing to perform in front of people. The stuff that feels the scariest, that's the stuff you want to tackle head on. Because then everything else becomes a little bit easier. So thank you, bro. Alejandro, TokyoDro, you're a real one. Thank you for your time, and heard you're hosting, right? The next one?
TokyoDro hosting this November 4th, live at the Easton. We got 3 of the hottest acts in South Florida. I can't wait for everyone to see it. I can't wait to be there. It's gonna be a blast. I'm excited. We're doing this, baby.
It's lit.
Yes, sir.